Hello, hello. Welcome to 2023. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So far this year, I'm speaking in doubles. It's because I have twins, and ever since they blessed me with their presence and their light in my life, my little golden nuggets, Muji and Lilu, everything has been doubles. Cross, cross, walk, walk, all of that. So hello, hello. Welcome. I'm so happy to be here with you in this moment. And before we dive into the activation for January, I want to just pause here and invite you to a very special workshop that I'm offering to just a small group. So if you feel like you're resonating with this information and you feel a yes, and it's been what you've been waiting for, and you've been asking the universe for the way, for the how, for the answer, then this is your creation. So congratulations. It has been something that has been challenging for me to actually describe because it's really an experience. It's called Genesis, the DNA of conscious creation. And it's an opportunity for you to really create what it is your heart desires. Most of the time we're creating things that we think we want, right? And we're using language that we've been given, like abundance and significant other and wealth and, all of these things. But it's really not coming to fruition for you because it's not your language. It's not encoded with the right energy and the right vibration that's meant to bring it to you and to align you with that reality, essentially. And so we've been so conditioned to be programmed into who we think we are and operating out of this predefined state rather than defining life for ourselves. So it's really a space for you to connect and uncover and discover what it is you truly want, and to articulate that and use the power of language in a way that you haven't yet before. You learn to encode the language with the right frequency and vibration that is actually aligned and attuned with your own heart. So from this place, you become a magnet, the point of attraction, right? The point of attraction, you become a magnet to that reality. You actually you embody that vibrational state. Everything that you desire exists in a particular frequency, particular vibrational reality. It's a coordinate in space and time, and your heart is the one that time travels and that gets you there. But in order to navigate to that reality where that version of you exists, we have to align ourselves with the right information, with the right energy, with the right fuel, right? So we have to program ourselves to get to that destination. And so this is a process of really kind of trudging through the emotional debris and our mental debris to really clear the field, to connect and discover really what it is we want. And a lot of times people are surprised in the process. But once you get there, it's a very clear feeling and distinction that you have within yourself. So not only are you learning how to do this, you're having an experience of it at the same time, so you know how to do it for yourself again, right? So this is one of the reasons why I believe affirmations don't work, is because they don't have the vibration that that version of you in that desired state and that dream life has. And so it connects you with that. You feel it in your body. You experience it directly. And everything I do in my work is to give you an experience so you know what's happening. Sometimes the experience could just be feeling more relaxed or feeling lighter, right? And what I've found in my experience of doing this over the last few years with people in this way is that things come into being very quickly. I've had people experience changes within 24 hours. And I usually see it happen anywhere from 24 hours to 2 weeks. So we're beginning a new cycle. I believe every day is a new cycle. But, this is a time where most people are starting to think about what they want for their upcoming year. What is your word for 2023? Well, I'm going to offer you an opportunity to connect with the feeling of 2023. It's the feeling of you being the you that you want to be now, right? And it's really powerful in a group setting. what happens is there's an amplification of the process, so it's easier for you, one, to connect with what you want, and then you begin to see the unfolding of everybody else's intentions. And then we create a collective intention, which is also meant for you. So it's super powerful, very special, extremely, I can't use extremely unique. Unique is extremely unique in itself, right? It's unique, okay? And you become conscious of the words and language that you use and how you're defining yourself and how you want to define yourself. So this is a small workshop. You do need to be there live. This is not something that I offer for you to catch the replay and catch up on it later. No, this is a co-creation. This is a sacred space. And so you do need to be able to show up live for this event. So if this speaks to you, and you'd like to register, I'll put the link in the description. There's still time to do so. It's on Saturday, January 14th from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific time, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern time. And this is the first time that I'm actually offering it to people who are not my clients enrolled in my program. This is something that I only offer my clients in my Accelerated Alchemy course, and we do this every quarter. Right? Because we're always upgrading and fine-tuning. But and it's also the first part in a 3-part series. Okay, so this is the first stage where we get aligned with our intentions. The second stage is where we actually work with what's in the way. So we begin to harmonize those blocks, and I have some quantum technology that I use to assist us in harmonizing the field of the individual and collective so that we eliminate those blocks that are keeping us from staying aligned and maintaining that vibration. And then the third part of that series is an aura cleansing integration process where we use breath and sound to help integrate this new frequency into the waters of your being. So this is the first part. And if you're feeling called and it's something that you've been asking for, and this is available to you. So the link is in the description, and I hope to see you there. Okay, now on to our regularly scheduled program with the January 2023 activation. And let's see what we have today. So for those of you who are new, I share a remote viewing tool that I use to help me connect with the information that's coming through for this month for you. Although you can revisit any of these activations and they're always relevant for you when you need it. So don't think that it's now February and you can't visit January's activation or any of my previous ones. You absolutely can. What it does is it helps you stay aligned and attuned to the cosmic global weather, to those energies that are influencing your own personal experience of life itself, so you can navigate a little bit more easily. And then we go into the sounds, and the sounds are another remote viewing tool that give me information as well as harmonize the field at the same time. So these are diagnostic and therapeutic tools that I use with you. So here is the drawing for January, and you're welcome to share in the comments what you see. I always love to hear your reflections and perceptions because they're all relevant and accurate. And this is what came through. Ooh, this is a funny one because it's more like a conversation for this one. Ooh, lots of potent energy. So much to do. If you don't do it, who will? How many of you realize, like, if I don't do it, it's not going to get done? If you're like that, raise your hand. Right? Trying to figure it all out. How? How am I to get it all done? Who told you you had to? Okay, just stop for a minute. Think of the things, the litany of stuff on your list that you have to do. Who told you you have to do that? Where did that come from? Do you really have to do that? Like, is there anything right now that you can just cross off that list that you don't need to do, but you're putting on your own plate yourself because you feel the pressure of having to do that? You feel the pressure of having to be this person. You feel the pressure of having to live up to a certain standard or expectation that isn't actually how you're designed to live in this world in the first place. It's conditioning, it's programming. Okay, so this is pressure you're putting on yourself. Okay, but if I don't do it, who will? Will, all in capital letters. Whose will is it? Yours or the divine? Okay, so there's a different feeling in the body when you start to explore this notion of will. There's this tendency to push. There's that tension, like I have to do it. I'm willing it. I'm making it happen, right? So feel that. I will do this. I will do this. Notice what happens to your body when you say that to yourself or even think that to yourself. And then there's divine will. Okay, so just feel into divine will for a moment. Notice how your body feels. Notice how your breath changed. Notice how the ambiance in your space just changed just by invoking divine will. Okay, now that will is actually the energetics of the kidney organs. Each of our organs have different spirits, if you will, no pun. So this divine will is also the energy of the throat. So will is the energy of the kidneys, the spirit of the kidneys, and in the chakra system, it's the energy of the throat chakra. Okay, so what will they think of me? A lot of times we feel obligated to do things because of people's perceptions, right? But as Bob Proctor famously said, it's not your business what other people think of you. Okay? I must push. I must make it happen. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to make happen. Okay? There's nothing to make happen. It already is. It's already done. All time is now. All time is now. At some point in space and time, which is now, it already is done. So when we tap into that place, which I'll guide you to in a moment, a feeling where it already is and it's already done, things unfold very easily without any glitches, if any at all. And you do this tax season every time, right? Because the thought of doing taxes, now it's much less this year because I've used this technique for quite some time. When anytime I think of having to get my taxes done, like having to do something, right? There are things that we do have to do, right? But the energy around it is resistance or heaviness or whatever, taxes, yay. But when I tap into the place where it's already done, and then I take action when that energy feels completely aligned, I don't do anything until I feel this wave through me. I feel inspired. I feel a portal open. I feel access to that energy. I can get it done super fast with no glitches. Anytime I set out to do something outside of that alignment, I'm working extra hard. Things don't flow. We know how that is. We know how that is. Okay? So it's already done. So enjoy yourself. Enjoy life. Laugh, love, dance. Live your life. Do things that bring you pleasure while the universe is taking care of all of this other stuff. And then you'll get a clear message of when you need to do something. So you are taking action, but it's aligned action. It's inspired action, rather than obligatory action. It's acting out of the intelligence of who you are rather than the idea of who you think you are and how you should be. So that doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel natural. But you've been living unnaturally. You've been living a conditioned life. You've been living a life that has been defined for you rather than you defining it for yourself. So believing you are the doer, when you are a human being, hu means light, man is being. You are a light being. You are a soul, a spirit having a physical experience. Okay? And this is the time of remembering. This is the time of awakening. This is the time of activation of this light consciousness within yourself to command your vibrational state, to navigate life in alignment and attunement with your heart. With your heart, operating from the intelligence of who you are rather than the intellect. This is a heavily intellectually based society, and that's where we become disconnected from our true self, from the divine will. We've been relying on the physical will, and that's not sustainable. This is where illness occurs. This is where stress occurs. This is where frustration and anger and resentment and bitterness and all of these things occur. Because we're not operating in a connected way. or operating reverse polarity. This is the guide, this is the driver, this is the passenger. This part has believed it's been the driver probably all your lifetime, but it's not. This is the driver. And slowly, slowly, when you begin to turn the keys over, the wheel over to this part of you, you'll see life change for you dramatically and magically, really. And it's a fine-tuning process. You know, it's just, I find it's these tiny little shifts in your thinking and awareness that happens that has massive impact. I just experienced it again for myself recently. You know, I was learning all of these tools and techniques from other teachers and mentors and things which are very valuable, and they're valuable to me because I can share them with you, you know, because they might resonate with you, but it's not my natural way. And so I want you to connect with what's natural for you, and the way to do that is to check in with yourself and notice how it feels in the body. The body's always going to tell you. Okay, so we begin to take our outer listening and we turn it inwards. We take our outer sight and we turn it inwards. Because everything we experience out here is a reflection of how we feel in here. So what you feel, and you know, you have difficult interactions or confrontations with people. I was talking with someone this morning. Yes, you can have those interactions with people, but how you feel is yours. So your experience of that is your responsibility. And you are the only one that can change your relationship to that interaction. And when you do, whether it's already happened or you anticipate something that's uncomfortable, you have the complete mastery and availability of that power within yourself to change your vibrational state, to change the way you feel about it, to change the outcome. Okay? So you're always in alignment with your power, not having to push or use force. So you're going to feel that in your body. Okay? And I know most of you have experienced moments of this, which is wonderful. You have a reference for that. We know when we're in our flow. But how do we live from that place, right? That's, I think, the ideal. I know it's one of the places that I love to live from and that I've always strived to do. For me, I'm a consciousness explorer. I want to, you know, fully embody myself as a conscious creator. I want to live from that place of alignment. I want to get out of the way so life can move through me, because my life and life force, spirit, universe knows where I want to go and knows how to get me there. And every time that I've tried to be the driver and navigate on my own, things don't work out as expected or as I'd hoped. Okay? I've given my all, and still it doesn't work out the way that I had hoped. But did it? Of course it did, because my goal is to heal these patterns for myself. And so every time I get to that place, I embrace these difficult moments and opportunities, because they're showing me where I need to go and get back into alignment. So anytime you're feeling off, it's showing you where you need to go to get back on. So rather than continue to resist the things that you don't want, let's take this as a beautiful opportunity to ask ourselves, what do I want? What do I want? And how does that feel? So as soon as we connect with that feeling state, then we're connecting with divine will, and we're getting out of the way. The moment that we're feeling like we have to make things happen, and we're pushing, and we're willing versus willing, right? English is such a fascinating language. Okay? So many meanings. Why is that? I'm willing or I'm willing. Okay? So notice which one you're embodying in that moment. Okay? Am I trying to influence things with my thoughts and I'm zzz? Okay? That's a lot of energy. When you have access to unlimited, infinite potential in the field. And all we need to do is open ourselves up to the way that flows through us. And each of us is uniquely designed, so we're a unique individual expression of this infinite field of power, of life force. And when we allow that part of ourselves to experience that power as it moves through us, it's going to navigate you rather than you try to navigate it. This part of you has all the maps, or higher self, okay, your soul. That knows the way. This can't see above the steering wheel. Okay, this is like giving a driver's license to, your teenage, to your 5-year-old. Okay, not equipped, even though he's seen you drive. Okay, not equipped, doesn't know how to get there. But this part does. So we're going to begin to dive in. Let's going to go into the sounds now. We're already aligning with that even before the sounds, right? My language, my words are encoded with the information and energy, which is helping you guide you back to that state of connection and alignment. So just feel how you feel right now. Okay? Just feel how you've been feeling since we started. Okay, and I'm able to track you in this process, so I can see you coming into a state of coherence. It's in this state of coherence, which is a heart-generated state, that organizes your energy field so that you broadcast out into the world without interference, and you're able to also receive without resistance. Okay? So your creation becomes fluid and open and flowy and easeful and effortless, and powerful. And powerful, not forceful. It's aligned. It's aligned. There you go. Okay, my leg fell asleep. Mooch. So you can stay here. I'm going to help with the sounds. Okay, so from this place, stay in this state. Just allow the sounds to work their magic on you for a moment. That first one really brought you into alignment with the central channel right away. That was really impressive for me to see. So if you were aligned, how would that feel right now? If you were connected and aligned with your divine will, how would that feel right now? There you go. Big shift right there. I love how the outside sounds contribute to our journeys. Always amazes me. If you operated from a state of inspired and effortless action, how would that feel right now? If you could trust the driver within, how would that feel now? If you knew that everything that you always wanted already is and it's here for you, and there was nothing you needed to do to make that happen, how would that feel now? If you were able to embrace all that life brings you and receive it as an opportunity to get you to where you want to go rather than resist the challenges that show up, and you embraced them, how would that feel? If you knew that there's nowhere to go, nowhere to get you, that it's all about the journey, how would that feel now? If you were able to enjoy the journey and have fun with life and not take it so seriously, and to enjoy it for all its humanity, human experiences, for all its feelings, for all its stories, that you get to be here and have this really delicious dream life right now. How does that feel? How would it feel knowing that whatever you're thinking, you have the ability to change that thought in the moment, to create a different reality, to create a different state, to create a different experience, to create a new experience rather than repeating old ones? How would it feel living life expecting the best, knowing that everything works out in your favor, that life is here for you and it's here to move through you so you could feel? If you didn't have a body, how would you feel any of the stuff? You wouldn't be able to. This is one of the gifts of having a physical form. Getting to feel things. And it's this feeling, the sensations we get from life, which we interpret based on our past experiences, based on our programming, based on our conditioning, based on our family matrix, based on maybe other lifetimes we've lived. It's this programming that elicit things that we label as fear, for example. But they're uncomfortable feelings. It's a sensation. What if we were just able to experience life as a series of sensations without making a story about it? How would that feel? You're just receiving. You're a big receptor. You're a big antenna. You're a big crystalline matrix resonator, and you're taking in the vibrations of life around you in the universe. And you're registering all these vibrations as different sensations. And these sensations bring up this whole story. What if we took the story away and we just felt the sensation and allowed ourselves to really feel how our body's perceiving these sensations? Think of something that's challenging for you right now. Maybe it's a challenging relationship, or maybe you're worried about, where your rent's come from. Okay. So notice how your body shifted when I mentioned those things. Maybe a loved one that, that's in your life, you see their health failing. And that brings up a lot of things for you. Okay? There's a lot of stories around that. But what if we just took a moment and we set those stories aside and all we did was notice the physical sensation? And the stories are there for us whenever we need. But let's just pay attention to the physical sensation. Okay, it's just information. It's actually a vibration. It's a vibration. And when we have that sensation and we respond or react to that with our own vibration, we begin to broadcast that out. And because of the way that the universe works, the universe is going to resonate with our vibration and bring it into our world. So it's going to create more of that vibration. It's going to be self-perpetuating. Okay, so we have this thing that we're seeing, and it makes us feel uncomfortable. We don't like the feeling. And we have a feeling in response to what we're perceiving and making a story about. And then we broadcast that feeling, and it creates more of the same. So what we're going to do now is shift that. Okay, so just feel the uncomfortable feeling, and wherever you feel it in your body, just put your hand there so the body knows that you've heard it, that you've understood its way of communicating with you through feeling, through a sensation. And you're responding to it by connecting with it and saying, yes, I hear you. And I hear you with my touch. I hear you with my hands. I hear you with my awareness. By placing my hand there, I'm connecting my awareness with that part of me. There you go. Yeah. And even in doing that, it's going to release that energy as emotion. It's okay. You can let that go. You can let that move through you. No need to repress that. It needs to move. Okay, so a lot of these uncomfortable feelings are places in our body where that energy has stopped moving, and that's going to create more imbalances in the body, which creates more imbalances in our health, more imbalances in our relationships, more imbalances in our prosperity. It's going to affect all aspects of your life in one way or another. Everything is connected, and it's connected through you. Your life is connected through you. So allow that emotion to flow. It's beautiful. Allow that. Okay? We're releasing that. We're releasing that. There we go. Okay. So we know the sensation. We've awakened some emotions and created movement, which is beautiful. Okay. Now from this place, what is the feeling that you want to have? What is the preferred feeling? What is the desired feeling? What is the feeling that you want to have? Okay, and notice from here, this is I see this all the time, how you went straight into your thoughts. Okay, totally fine. It's great. Okay, you go in, well, I want health, I want prosperity, I want my relationship to be better. Okay, all of these things. I want to get the job, I want to know how I'm going to feed my kids. Okay, of course, those are the thoughts, but there's a feeling underneath the thoughts that you really want. Okay, so let's connect with the feeling. What's the feeling of harmony? What's the feeling of security? What's the feeling of safety? What's the feeling of centeredness and groundedness? What's the feeling of trust? Okay, so whatever the feeling is, I'm just throwing out words. Whatever the feeling is, though, is where you really want to connect, because everything that we create is through the feeling state. It's through a vibration, and that vibration has a feeling associated with it. It's a particular channel, that feeling. There you go. Okay, so just begin to explore yourself for the feeling, like you're searching with a searchlight. Where's that feeling? Where's that feeling, right? There you go. So what happens, this is the steps that people take. We go into the thoughts. What do we want to feel? We go into the thoughts, and then we begin looking for the feeling, but where are we going looking for it? We look outside of ourselves. Did you notice that? You're going outside of yourself, and this is natural as well. Why? Because we're not currently feeling that or experiencing it. We perceive it as future time. But all time is now. Okay, all time is now. So let's bring our awareness back to the heart. Let me place your hand over your heart. And then that outer sight, turn it inwards and turn it inwards to the center of the heart field, where the spark of life arises from within you. There you go. Okay. And allow the heart to give you the feeling. A lot of times we don't even have a reference for this feeling. We've never experienced it before. We have an idea of what it might be like, but we've never really truly experienced it. And we're wanting that from something in the outer world, from another person, from our parents, from our partner, right? From our friends, from our job, from our home. We're looking for this feeling, and we place it in the outer world thinking that that person or that thing will give it to us. But nobody can do that for you, because nobody knows the feeling but you. So when you begin to connect with that feeling and allow the heart to give it to you, because the heart knows. The heart knows. So open up and receive the heart. Let the heart give you the feeling. Let it arise from within you. There you go. There you go. And breathe as you're doing that. Sometimes it feels it's so familiar. You know this feeling because it's almost so ancient. It's an ancient part of you. It's an ancient part of you. Yeah. You're reconnecting with yourself. You get to feel yourself like who you really are, and that feeling. So continue just to let that feeling saturate your entire being until it begins to radiate and expand beyond your physical form into the subtle bodies around you. Like a fountain and a bubbling spring, it arises from within you. doesn't come from outside of you. There is no outside of you. It arises from within you, and that vibration creates the world that you're currently experiencing. And the world that you're currently experiencing is the result of a vibration that you had. It's in response to a vibration that you had. The vibration that you have now, the universe will respond to that. I'm seeing so many sparkles now, and golden sparkles, which I love. This awakening to this part, this new creation. Beautiful. So from here, I invite you just to spend, 2-3 times each day, just dropping into this space of feeling the feeling you want to have. It only takes a few minutes, but it's life-changing. 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 I've used it to transform challenging relationships. I've used it to change things that happened in the past and create a different result. I've seen it work with my clients immediately. It changes their relationships with their children. People have manifested prosperity and abundance. It all comes down to this simple practice of connecting with the feeling of the thing that you want. Okay, and allowing the heart to give it to you, to show you, to reveal it to you. It's all in there, and it's all you. So, dear ones, thank you so much for coming together with me to harmonize the nature of oneself. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know how this journey was. Let me know what things you've noticed. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I'm happy to share with you some guidance in that respect. But definitely incorporate this. This is a lifetime practice. And life, doesn't have to be difficult. You don't have to suffer. There are really simple ways to utilize the divine nature of who you are to live in accordance with your heart, with your unique energetic signature, your blueprint, your codes, okay, all of that, where you get to be you. You get to be you, and that's the best thing you could give yourself and the world. And we need that. We need you. We need you to be you. We need your heart to shine. We need you to live from that place of joy and effortlessness and prosperity and health. We need you to be vibrationally healthy. We need you to have your energy flowing, or you're going to get washed away by the oncoming storm. When you cultivate your own energetic center, your own energetic self, you become rooted and grounded. There's a strength and a resilience to life. You're able to navigate the challenges, and you're able to respond effectively to what arises. And you begin to connect with the power that is your birthright. It is within you. You begin to live the life that you were designed to live. You begin to live from a place of purpose. You begin to walk your path. You begin to connect and attract the right people. You begin to connect and attract the right information. And you learn how to direct your awareness with a new level of mastery. And it doesn't take long. It doesn't take long. It just takes your willingness and your attention and your love for yourself to give yourself that. The universe wants to give it to you. It's here. It's all here now waiting for you. And it's waiting for you to get out of the way so it could give you this gift that you've been asking for, which is really yourself. Okay, dear one, and I want that for you. I really, really do. I want you to live from that place, because I know when each of us live from that place, the world that we've all been sent here to create will happen. It's already happening. I know that too. We're already there. But it'll make it easier for those other people to come online who are waiting to come online as well. Okay, so you are here also to influence other people and to be of service to other people in their awakening and in their alignment and in their connection with their own hearts. Okay, dear ones, let me know how this goes for you. I wish you a beautiful beginning to this 2023 construct of the calendar year, and I look forward to seeing you again. Blessings, dear one.